I want to share with you 3 very simple and practical things that you can do to really move your fundraising forward. Hi, I'm Brice Sokolowski, the founder of CatholicFundraiser.net. If you are not watching this on my website, make sure to jump over to CatholicFundraiser.net and download the 10 Commandments to Catholic Fundraising. This is 10 things that I found have been very helpful in my fundraising, and hundreds of people and thousands actually have downloaded it and have found it very helpful as well. So make sure you download that 10 Commandments to Catholic Fundraising, which is designed to really help you fundraise in a Catholic context. So today I'm in beautiful Arizona. It's kind of cold and chilly. As you can see, there's a little snow on the ground, but right there is the chapel of the Holy Cross. And I want to share with you 3 very simple yet powerful things that you can do to help with your fundraising. And I'm getting these from a beautiful homily that I listened to actually yesterday. The priest was very inspirational, and a lot of what he was talking about I thought was very pertinent to fundraising, especially us as Catholics. And from what he said, I gathered 3 key things that I think would be really helpful. I know are going to be helpful with my fundraising and have actually helped and I've recognized have been beneficial, and I thought to share with them to you today. And the first thing that I think will be very, very beneficial to your fundraising is becoming more holy, taking real active time and energy and effort to pray and to become a holier person. So, when we think about fundraising, we think about obviously money, and money is great, but it's not everything, and your mission is not going to be fueled off of donations. That's not why you're doing what you're doing. So take an effort to really strive to become a holier person, whether that's finding more time to pray on a regular basis, doing the rosary, a daily rosary, either alone or with a loved person, a loved one, but finding times, or maybe doing daily mass, or doing some type of Ignatian spirituality, whatever it is that you find that's beneficial. Take an effort to strive in holiness, because when we think about fundraising, well, usually I tell people, always actually I tell people, is like, well, number one, let's make sure that you have a strong spiritual foundation, because fundraising is difficult because we're dealing with money and we're dealing with asking people for donations. So that's all tough, and it's never going to get easy, but you eventually do get more comfortable with it. But in order to do that, I really recommend this step 1 is to grow in holiness. Find a plan, find whatever it is that you can do to become a holier person. The second thing that I highly recommend, and the priest actually did this during his homily, is he took out his catechism. So I highly recommend that, is to take out the catechism. I reference in a lot of my fundraising the catechism. It's a huge, excellent resource for just day-to-day living. There's a section called Life, I believe it's Life in Christ. I think that's section 3. Section 4 is Life in Prayer. And a lot of great golden nuggets on how to live and how to pray and how to communicate with people, because fundraising obviously is asking people for donations. And the Catechism is a great resource for how to communicate with people, how to socialize or become, they use the word social, Catholic social justice, Catholic social teaching. So this whole concept, this world, a lot of people talk about these words, but it's the Catechism, and also it's the compendium of the Catholic doctrine of social teaching that I highly recommend as well. But just start with the Catechism. Take it out, read it on a weekly basis. I'm not going to say I've read it all, but I've read good chunks of it, and it's really helped me formalize my fundraising. And the third thing that I want you to do, that I think will be very, very helpful, is to find some type of support group with your fundraising. So don't necessarily find people to donate to you, but get in touch with people that can help you with fundraising. For example, me with CatholicFundraiser.net, I've got resources to help you. you've got to get a community, because in the Catechism it says you will fulfill your vocation by this exchange and dialogue of other people. We can't do this stuff alone, and especially you can't do fundraising alone. So I highly recommend that you find somebody, whether you get in touch with me, if you're subscribed to my website already, fantastic. If you're not, subscribe, and so that way you're not doing this stuff alone. That's a huge risk. As Catholics, we know that we cannot be Catholic alone. You've got to have a parish. You've got to be in connection with people. We can't do this stuff alone, and it's the same thing with fundraising. You can't just do this stuff on your own. You can't just try and replicate what somebody else is doing. You can't just hope that what you're doing works. Find somebody, find a group of people that will help you with your fundraising. So I hope these 3 tips have been very helpful with you and your fundraising to get you move forward. Make sure to like this video, put a comment, share it with another Catholic that you think would really benefit from this type of information. God love you, and I hope you the best in your mission and what you're doing to strive for spreading the gospel. And that's it. God love you. Speak to you next week.